Hi everybody, it's meteorologist Joe Cioffi for FiOS 1 News, and it's time to get set for not just through the weekend but into next week. Very busy weather pattern evolving. First off, for late this afternoon, as you watch the live radar sweeps going around, we're starting to see a few showers bubbling up, and models have been showing an area of light rain that'll be coming through this evening and for the first part of tonight, and that's going to be the case. Now, as we move through the weekend, you can see on the very corner of the screen there that there is some rain coming into Kentucky and Tennessee. That's the next weather system that's going to be coming out of the Tennessee Valley and making its way toward the Virginia coast and then off the southeast of Cape Cod early next week. I think it's going to bring in some rain here, and we'll show you how the models handle it in just a second. But after that, all the models seem to be showing something for the middle or latter part of next week. Along the East Coast again, and this one could be a bigger rain producer for the area, not just here, but for very dry areas from the Carolinas all the way up into New England. So we'll see how that evolves, and we're going to monitor this as it develops, because we've got the same forecast problems now that we've had, pretty much all winter long. I'll show you in a second. First off, here's the future cast. And you can see it's got some light rain for tonight, and then after midnight it disappears. Now, we're a little optimistic for Saturday. Some drying is going to try to occur because we'll be in between weather systems, so hopefully we'll go to a mix of sun and clouds. I think we will for much of the day, and there's no rain forecast for Saturday, but you can see the big area of rain that develops to our west during the day Saturday and starts to come in here for Sunday morning right around daybreak. Might be a little bit slow on this model. I think it'll probably be just a little bit faster than this. And by late afternoon, we still have rain. So Sunday looking like a very damp and dismal day. And there might even still be some rain left over for early next week. Let's look at the couple of models here of the atmosphere on how they handle things, and we can show you the GFS and the European. Here's the disturbance that's coming through for tonight, and it's kind of weak, so it goes on by, and then we're okay for tomorrow. A bit of a ridge here along the East Coast, but here's that next weather system that gets ejected out of the southwest into the Rockies and moves eastward. Not the best defined system, but you can pick out different little kinks here and there in the flow, so it'll bring in a fairly decent shot of rain. But then you can see what starts to happen on the GFS toward the middle of next week. You've got energy in the north, and then another area that's down in the Tennessee Valley. And what this model does is it rotates it and swings it around and lifts it right up the coast. That's a fairly intense little feature on Wednesday, and then it's pretty much done with, but you still see this big rotation going on in eastern Canada, so there's still a lot of energy here in the eastern states. Now, I'm going to show you the European, which is a little bit different when we go to the second part of the period. And as we move through Wednesday, there's the Europeans' view of Wednesday, and here's the GFS's view, so you can see they're a lot different in how they handle the energy. The European wants to focus on this second area of energy that comes out and doesn't do much with the first, and it makes this big upper air storm in the central Appalachians for later next week, and then progresses it toward the Carolina-Virginia coast. The surface look to this would be a coastal low of some kind. It just evolves differently than the GFS does. And you can see it just kind of sits there and rotates around, and actually on Saturday it rotates back up and westward because this upper air storm is just sitting here. GFS, on the other hand, is decidedly different. Oops, sorry about that. Let's go there we go. There's the GFS, which is decidedly different on this view, and I'll give you a close-up. And we'll just go back. What the GFS does is, because it focuses on that first area of energy, it makes that the main low that intensifies as it goes by, actually brings in a pretty decent period of rain, and then lifts it up to the northeast. So both models have the same, have some idea that something is going to happen toward the middle part of next week, The thing is, one model has a much more dynamic look than the other. So that's a long-range problem. We'll get to it when we get to it. In the meantime, for the weekend, try and enjoy your Saturday, because Sunday just doesn't look good with rain. Not a lot of rain, but it might be one of these all-day light rain events that just makes for kind of a damp and dismal type day, and some of that rain will be still left over around on Monday. So be sure to tune in to Fios One News Hudson Valley, Fios One News New Jersey, and Fios One News Long Island for all the latest on your weekend weather forecast and your long-range forecast coming up tonight beginning at 5 p.m. And you can catch your afternoon weather right now if you tune in for meteorologist Michael Friedman, who's doing Long Island, New Jersey, and Hudson Valley for the remainder of the afternoon.